Your destination is on the left.
Got D, myself. We want to get back out there. We need as many of you as we possibly need. And get the interviews from those of you mainstream media has been ignoring. We're not ignoring you.
Hello, and welcome to episode 21, Blackjack. We are at Blackjack as far as episodes of the Love America Tour Love Stream. I never thought we'd make it to 21 episodes. I didn't think we wouldn't make it to 21 episodes. Just the thought of being in the 20s never occurred to me. All right, already in the chat, we got Christina Shaw, Ryan Albert, Renee, Samantha M., Jen Lyle, Rose Kirby from the UK, Rachel Cooper. Welcome all. We have got a lot of news and announcements today. So we will jump right on into it. Hello, Elise. YouTube monetization. The YouTube channel is very close to being monetized. We have still 1,212 actually, or 1,213 out of the necessary 1,000 subscribers, so we're good there. I checked actually earlier today, and it was 3,569, and then I had to change that to 72 because some more hours came in out of 4,000 public watch hours that we need. And basically what that means is folks go to the channel and look at some of the other videos that Corin has in there. Believe it or not, he's got a couple of different series that he's worked on, some of his favorite scenes. There's some behind the scenes stuff in here, so feel free to take a look around the YouTube channel, and if you see a video that you think you might like, go ahead, click it, watch it, that'll help us. Jen Lyle, what's the 6-week challenge channel in Discord? That is an ambassador function, and I'm going to let the ambassadors talk about that probably on the 18th. They've been doing so on Twitter. Basically, it's a 6-week challenge to get to complete a project. Elise M says, yeah, his tour of the Holy Lands was awesome. For those of you that haven't scoured the YouTube channel, he actually went to Jerusalem a while back and kind of did a video diary of his journey, which was awesome. Discord, the LAT Clubhouse, since it was brought up, excuse me. If you're not on the Discord channel yet, you should be. It's kind of like the LatFam Clubhouse. There's a lot of stuff to do on there, and there will be more coming over the next month or so. If you're not familiar with Discord, find Samantha or Bonnie or any LatFam member. If you ask a couple of them, you'll find one that's on there. So, but definitely find Samantha S or Bonnie B on Twitter or on Facebook, and they will get you into the LAT Clubhouse. Don't forget, we are still trying to break that glass ceiling of 1,000 chats during the live stream. Our record is 991, but the last week's live stream had 863. So we're still like right there. Every live stream, we're right there. So go ahead, keep that chat thing going, and we'll see if we can beat 1,000 this time. That'd be cool to go on break with. Changes coming to the format, ideas and suggestions. If you've got an idea, something you'd like to see on the show that we're not currently doing, let me know. You can message me on Twitter or Facebook or Discord or email. There's any number of ways to get a hold of me. But if you have ideas, something you would like to see more of or less of, or something completely different, please definitely let me know what those are. We are going to be changing over the next couple of months. It's not going to be all of a sudden. It's just going to be gradual. So because change can be stressful. So we're gonna change slow, but we are gonna change. We've got some. We're getting through to the end of the follow-up interviews, so we're gonna change our programming up a little bit to do some other cool stuff. and such. So the LatFam logo is ready. Samantha is letting me know that the LatFam logo is ready. I've actually seen it briefly. I definitely want to take a better look at it because it's a good looking logo. Your reminder, this is going to be our we're not going to have a show next week. Today is we'll be doing a follow-up interview with Jill Trapp. Tomorrow I've got a table read with some of the other fellas, and that's going to be fun. I'm also going to be packing and heading to the woods on Friday. Also, November 11th is Veterans Day. November 10th is the Marine Corps birthday. So if you know any of those types, be sure and wish them well. I'm looking over at a calendar, by the way, that I had hanging on my wall, so I don't get any of the dates wrong. We will be coming back November 18th with both a follow-up interview with Lou Blomberg from Camp Journey's End, and we will be also letting you know what our holiday schedule is on the show that's on the 18th. So you definitely want to be here for that. Final reminder, go ahead and smash all the buttons, the likes, the comments, the retweets, the shares, the YouTubes, the comments. If it's a button, go ahead and click it. See what happens. Live dangerously. Okay. As we go into, and don't worry, I'm not going to get political on this, but today is a day of change. We are in a time of change, and it seems sometimes like everything is up in the air. I don't know if you guys seen my tweet earlier from today, but try not to sweat the election too much now. I know it's stressful. There's a lot riding on it for a lot of people, but the die are cast. Okay, the votes have been cast. They're being counted. We all know there's going to be recounts and a bunch of other stuff. This is not our first presidential election, but it's done. Okay, whatever will be. So take a deep breath and realize that regardless of who wins these elections, all of them, it's not the end of the world. The Earth is going to continue spinning, and that's okay. But how do we deal with change when it comes up? And I'm going to be leaning heavily on the work of one Dr. Stephanie Sarkis on this, just so nobody thinks I'm plagiarizing. But step one is to acknowledge that things are changing. We know that things are changing. Lots of things are. Possibly, our government is going through a time of change. The Love America Tour Love Stream actually is going through a time of change. So realize that things are going to change, and don't get so caught up in fighting the change that you avoid dealing with it, because the changes are going to happen regardless. And sometimes it's okay to take a day off or a day away from the stress of it, but realize that things are changing. They're going to change, and there's things you can do to be better prepared for it. Number two, realize even good changes can cause stress sometimes. Like graduating from high school or college. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do with that degree or that diploma? Good stress is still stress, and you have to take time to deal with that and to kind of process that. Step number three, what can you do to kind of help cope with change? Keep as much of a regular schedule as you can. Okay, depending on what's changing, if just like one of the things that I use is walking the dog. I always get the jitters right at 6 o'clock, and then go live at 7 o'clock, and by 7:02 the jitters are gone. But to anchor myself, 6 o'clock is when I walk the dog. I take the dog out, and that basically lets you know that some things are still the same, and it gives you some time to check, to kind of cope with things. Not everything is changing at once. Some things are still the same. One of the things that I'll do during times of change, times of stress, is I will write down my routine and use it as a checklist. You guys have seen my tablets before. That's what they're for. Another thing you can do, and it's going to sound cliche, and I'm sorry, I haven't really actually been watching the chat, and I really should be, but there are some good quotes over there, and I'm going to let you guys continue with the good quotes, and I'm going to continue on with the change. This is going to sound a little bit cliche, but seriously, eat healthy and exercise. Even that doesn't necessarily mean going to a gym. Walking the dog can be exercise. Just getting up and moving around will help you feel better. And if you feel better, you'll be better. The fella who was responsible for me no longer needing a cane to walk, his name is Greg Funk. He works at Functional Concepts, which is his brainchild. He's a personal trainer. One of the things that he said to me, one of the analogies that he used is it's like water. The human body is, depending on who you ask, between 80 and 98% water. We're made up of mostly water. And water that's stagnant tends to go bad much quicker than water that's in motion. And it doesn't have to be rapids. It doesn't have to be a lot of motion. Just even a little bit will keep the water clear. And so you don't have to go and become the next Arnold Schwarzenegger to consider yourself exercising. Just keep the water flowing just a little bit. Restream just let me know that Samantha M, who says, yes, Bill, exercise does help. I've really been enjoying my Zumba, and find an activity that's fun for yourself. Those are very good words, and that is the 100th message in chat. So we are 1/10 of the way there. Seek support. Seriously, nobody gets through life alone, and it's okay to ask for help. A lot of times, I'm very guilty of this, by the way. That's why I'm not having any trouble talking about it. Quite often, we'll need help. We'll have somebody that would gladly offer that help, and we won't ask that person because we're afraid of how they'll react. Well, ask yourself, if that person asked you the same thing, wouldn't you be happy to render assistance? So, keep in mind, it's okay to ask for help. Seek support out. Have positive friends. It's your safety net. For us, it's the Lat Fam. Also, ask yourself what positives are coming from this change. Well, are you stronger? Are you smarter? Did you learn from whatever the change was? Are you more assertive? Did you grow any? The example that we used a little bit ago about graduation. Well, now you have a diploma. You're more ready for life than you've ever been up to this point. And at least acknowledging that positives also are there is very helpful in maintaining a positive frame of mind. One of the biggest things that you can do is get proactive, especially if you know change is coming. You can be proactive instead of reactive, and we've spoken about this before. Reactive, basically, if oh goodness, okay. I was just going to make that. Julie Walker says Lat Fam is a huge support system, very much so. To use the example of that tweet, that's going to be okay. I'm not stressing about the election results. The reason that I'm not stressing about the election results is because of and I'm going to use this as an example of where I got this right. I don't always. I knew the election was going to be a mess. We all did. We knew that there's a lot of people that are very passionate about this election. But we knew that that was going to happen. So I told myself, and I'm generally one who will monitor the election results very closely for several days after the election. I'm not doing that. We knew this one was going to have some it was going to be rough. We knew it, and we know that people are very, like I said, passionate about it. But we knew that going in. So I check once a day to see where we're at in the process. But I made the decision beforehand. I'm not going to stress about this. Once I voted, I did do my part. I exercised my sphere of influence, but this is now out of my sphere of control. And so I am not going to let it bother me. I cast my vote. Whatever will be. And regardless of what will be, the earth is going to keep spinning. Sometimes backing away from social media is another good idea in times of change, especially if the stress level gets high, because we know that the social media is called a social media circus for a reason. you have a whole lot of stuff to read that is unknown accuracy. Often the source is unknown. We have absolutely no idea how much, said person knows about said subject. And then, so even if it's 50-50, 50% correct information or accurate information, 50% not correct or accurate information, then you got to decide which is which. You have to discern which is which. So sometimes backing away from that mess can really reduce stress, and that's actually why. The other thing is, give yourself a break. In a time of change, give yourself a break. Take a day. This is the lesson that the Lat Fam has taught me. Many of you, I would say 80% of the Lat Fam has messaged me at one point or another and said, you've got to take care of you first. You've got to take this day off. You've got to watch your health, and what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Don't be afraid to take yourself a day also. But when you take that day, realize that that's not a day to dwell on what's stressing you out. That's a day to binge watch your favorite show on Netflix and eat Cheetos, or whatever it is that works for you. For me, it's going out to the woods. So everybody has their different thing that they do that gets them in the good headspace. I happen to know two lovely ladies, my fiance Panda and my best friend's wife. They like to just go look at rocks. Whatever it is for you, go do that. Take a day and go do that. So right about now, I'm sorry, Bonnie, I didn't mean to start you on a Cheeto kick. Maybe we can get you some Cheetos. We'll have to get Bonnie some Cheetos. All right. So back to it. What we're going to do, as usual, is I've taken a couple of the high points of Jill Trapp from Arkansas, her initial interview. We're going to play one of those and get her on the phone, and we will be right back. If you need to get a drink or something, now's a good time, because you can hear this. We'll talk to you in a few.
And you have to have that free time.
Yeah.
Or you'll just go insane because you take on too much.
Well, what kind of hobbies?
Well, currently we like to go hiking and things like that.
Yeah, that's great.
Go out on the lake.
Uh-huh.
I do a lot of animal rescues, so I'm always transporting dogs, taking care of dogs.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to love that. Animal rescue, you've just scored huge points with everybody.
Yes.
What-
I have a boxer named Charlie, and he goes on the trail with us.
How did you get involved in animal rescue?
I've just been a dog person since I was a little kid, and I just cannot stand to see one mistreated.
Me too.
Yeah. I think at one time we had 8 dogs in the house.
Woo.
That's how many rescues we had. And I can't drive down the road past one up sitting there, it's not in me. I can't do it.
Give me just 1 second, guys. It wasn't quite long enough. Jill Trapp will be joining us shortly. Katso, Husky, we must discuss sanctions for Bad Corky. He missed the last live stream, did an interview on IG, no idea what that is. That's Instagram. Without us, and has missed 5 Katso tweets. I'll let you bring that up with him yourself, Katso. But we can definitely talk about the last live stream. He missed it because there was a hurricane on. Perhaps you've seen it on the news. Jill, hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm good.
Okay, that's awesome. And so how have things been going for you since you met Corin all those months ago when Lat was just a dream?
It's been pretty hectic.
Okay.
Taking on more work, working with more rescues, keeping busy.
Awesome. It sounds good. Now, I know we talked a little bit yesterday as we were getting ready for this, and I got to tell you, I love the painting behind you.
Thank you.
Is that is that one of yours?
That's my boxer. He was rescued a little over a year ago, and
Okay.
a friend of mine painted that for me that also does rescue. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
Charlie.
I like that. I'll have to meet Charlie someday. I'm a big dog fan. So, I know that you've watched a couple of the interviews that were done besides your own, and I wanted to see, are there any similarities between the interviews that you've watched, between the people that maybe stand out to you?
I have seen that there's a lot of people that have been through a lot of things, and with this group coming together, it makes you feel like you're not alone, going through things growing up or in adult life. And it's just been a fascinating journey.
Okay. I think pretty much almost all the journeys that were in those interviews were interesting. I've got to say that there was something interesting about everybody, for sure. Something that they'd either done or been through, and it always gives them like an odd take, not odd as in bad, but different. It gives them like just a ever so slightly different point of view, and those are interesting to me. So yeah, I did notice that one as well. So yeah. You've been involved with LatFam since almost the beginning, since right about the beginning.
Yeah.
What are your feelings regarding the direction that's going in?
I love the direction. I was really fascinated that they were like, hey, we're going to get an RV and go across America and meet people. And I thought, wow, that's something I've always wanted to do. So yeah, I haven't bought an RV yet, but I'm going to.
Okay. Hello, Ming, by the way. So what has your experience with LatFam been like since you started hanging out with us?
It's been good. Like I said, all the people are interesting, and it seems like people are branching out with their own projects and just adding more and more to it. It's really fascinating. I try to keep up with it on social media as much as I can and see what everybody's up to.
That's awesome. Well, I know that like Michelle Arwood is still doing the scheduling and stuff, so she's working behind the scenes. I know that Renee came up with an idea for a cookbook that Ryan Albrecht is currently working on. That's one of my favorites. I want that. I can't wait for that to come out. It's going to be awesome.
Me too.
Any favorite moments that stick out, like in any of the live streams or on Twitter or any of the places where LatFam sticks out? Any funny moments or anything like that you remember?
Nothing. I mean, it's all funny because everything can happen on video, so, you know.
I gotta say, I think my favorite moment so far has been when I had about an hour of thought when Benn came on 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I called him Captain Cisco. I went through about an hour of, can I get away with this? Is it a good idea? I'm just going to say it and see what happens. And I think that's been my favorite moment so far.
That's great.
So I also hear that you're almost finished with a degree.
Yeah, I have about 4 more weeks and I'm done. I'll be certified with some medical coding, and I already have a business degree, so just adding to my resume, I guess. I had a store that I sold about 2 years ago and thought, I'm going to retire. And then I got really bored sitting at home, and I'm like, I have to do something. So I started some college classes at my age. So it's never too late.
There, see, we have similarities.
Mm-hmm. Never too late to learn something new.
I too thought I was just going to retire, but sometimes the plans are different than what we thought, than what we think. Got a couple of birthdays to talk about, and Michelle Arwood is one. We will be giving her a shout out later as well. But yeah, and I got to tell you guys that Michelle does a whole lot behind the scenes that I don't recognize her nearly often enough for. because you guys don't see her, but she does put hours and hours every week into contacting people, chasing them down. And basically what I get is a phone number and this person's going to be on this date, and you can take it from there, and I don't have to mess with any of that. So I very much appreciate the work that she does, and happy birthday, Michelle Arwood. If y'all want to shout her out on Twitter, she is at Purple Fuzz, PRPLFUZ.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Bonnie wants to know, what's the coolest thing that you've done during your interview?
Coolest thing that I've done during the interview?
Or since your initial interview with Corin?
I have done a lot of hiking with my boxer. I'm up to 2 and 3 mile hikes now, and eventually I want to be able to build myself up to doing an overnight hike. So that's been a challenge, and it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, that's awesome. I would love to have a place that I could hike with Cass, but we live in kind of a big city. Big to me. I want it smaller.
We live in the country in the Delta, so we have to travel up to the mountains. Well, what we say are mountains, the Ozarks of Arkansas. So.
Well, we have some Ozarks here in Missouri. We're not too terribly far from you.
Okay.
Panda and I aren't. We live in Southwest Missouri. So you mentioned in your initial interview that you do a kind of have an animal rescue thing going on, and I'm very interested to hear more about that.
I am. I was actually on the phone with someone a few minutes ago. We have a Labrador that we rescued a few days ago, and he is going to be going to a new home in New York. Awesome. And he's going to be on a transport from Arkansas to New York. We just kind of caravan it. Everybody drives an hour or two until we get him there. He was in bad shape. He was running around with another dog that was in really bad shape that had puppies. And her and her puppies are going to a local rescue. So it's all worked out.
That's a good thing. And I used to do something similar to that. I was in the transportation network. There's also fosters, people that'll overnight, and that was us.
Yes, yeah, we do fosters as well. It's interesting. My older dogs are like, oh, not another one, come on.
So any big plans for the future of like the dog rescue? You going to continue this, or?
Yes, we plan to buy some acreage, build a barn, and so that way we have room where we can spend more time keeping the dogs until we can find rescue for them. Where we're at now, there's just no space, and it just doesn't work for us anymore.
So you're talking about actually moving to Hot Springs, buying some property, and like really doing this animal rescue thing big time. Yes, big time. That's terrific. If I'm ever down that way, is it okay if I stop in and play with the dogs?
Oh yeah, anytime.
Okay, Christina Shaw says she's got to shout out the Big Bend NP. Has awesome hiking. National Park. It's probably National Park. Big Bend National Park has awesome hiking. A lot of talk about birthdays. Lots of birthdays. Julie Walker also loves hiking, as do I. See, similarities.
Awesome.
Bonnie wants to know, did talking to Corin and seeing the other interviews give you a different view on anything? I mean, did it change any kind of views that you might have had on the world or people or what was going on? Or?
It did change my views on people. I was getting kind of where I was like, oh, I just hate dealing with people. Everybody is just so mean. And then seeing these interviews, I'm like, wow, all of these people are so nice, and they're there for each other and have such interesting stories to tell. So, yeah, it's changed my outlook to be more patient and look for the good, for sure.
That's That is something that we all need to hear right about now is find the positive, find the good, hang on to the anchors, let this storm blow by, because that's all it is. We've seen storms like this before. It will blow by. Just, hang on to something, hang on to each other. I don't know if you can see this or not. Elisa says, "Bless you, Jill. Fur babies need angels like you." There's definitely an awful lot of
thank you.
A lot of people talking about. Julie says, "You have a beautiful soul." They're very, very into the dog rescues. They're dogs. How can you not be? Also, we have a Jeff Crump, who is apparently Petunia's father, who has stopped in to take a look at the live stream. So welcome aboard. Appreciate you stopping in and seeing what your daughter's been up to. Hang around if you'd like. She knows her way around Discord if you want to play with some of us other older folks. So welcome aboard. That's always a cool thing. Yeah, Jeff says Petunia turned him on to us. Man, Jeff, that's an interesting last name. I got to tell you, I used to work with the guy's a battalion chief now, but at the time he was Captain Sean Crump at the Battlefield Fire Protection District. You don't happen to have any firefighter relatives, do you? So, your big plans for let's see, we talked about big plans for the future. Is there anybody that you would like to shout out?
My girls, Roxanne and Vicky, they traveled with me to Hot Springs to do the interviews, and it was just a last-minute decision. It's like, hey, let's get in the truck and go, and turned out to be a really fun day. Heat stroke and all.
Yeah, I remember Corin at the beginning of your interview did say it was really, really warm that day in Arkansas.
It was, and I got so sick halfway home. It was like, oh, I've had too much sun. It was unbelievable.
Oh, no!
Yeah. And I drove. I'm like, we got to get home. I'm going to have to pull over.
I have to... I'm sorry, I'm getting in there to do something here. Let's see. Julie, this is so easy to find the negative. You have to train yourself to see the positive. And, you mentioned it's spontaneous trips. You and Roxy, and there was one other person.
Vicky,
that's right. The three of you just kind of showed up one day, decided, oh, I got an idea. Corin's doing this thing. Let's drive up there and go. Is that pretty much how it happened?
Yeah, we go on road trips together all the time, and Roxy had met Corin before at a supernatural convention a few years back, and so she kind of talks back and forth with him on social media, and we're like, okay, let's just do this. They're in Hot Springs, that's nearby, let's go.
That's how the Love America tour kind of started too, right?
Yes.
And and so now here you are.
Yeah. Awesome.
Samantha's wanting me to shout out Julie as well. I know that Julie did a lot of work on developing the LatFam logo, and we will be, and by we I mean the ambassadors will be kind of unveiling that in the next couple of days or weeks. We'll be revealing that soon. There's a lot of stuff that's about to come out. Some of it's kind of part way out. And we don't want to let too many cats out of the bag too soon, but there's going to be definitely a lot of things to do. There's going to be a lot of opportunities and a lot of fun coming up. So, how did you get into the rescue thing, the animal rescue? Like, I understand, because Panda's a lot the same way. Oh, there's a dog out there with no human. That's obviously now our dog. But how did you get started actually in the actual rescue work of it, like hooking up with the transportation network and all of that? What caused that? How'd that go?
It really started when I was in college. I worked for a veterinarian. I was his tech, and these people had jumped a fence and brought us a pit bull mom and puppies, and the mom was just beat up horribly. And I'm like, what happened? And well, it was a fighting ring, And this girl was brave enough to jump this guy's fence and steal these dogs and bring them to us for emergency care. And, and she was still wagging her tail and just loving on everybody. And I thought, this is just awful. And of course, we would have people leave pets at the clinic and things like that. And it's kind of snowballed from there. I started volunteering at the Humane Society, and they're like, well, we do transport and just meeting everybody. I think half of my Facebook friends are rescue people. So, yeah. And they have groups that coordinate transport, and they'll be like, hey, can you help on this transport from point A to point B? And it just goes from there, word of mouth.
I've got to say that I've said it before. I say it all the time. I will continue saying it until the day I die. We could learn so much from dogs, because yes, it was bad people that did that to that dog. You said it was her, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that dog still understood that not all people are bad. These are good people, and I love them. And I just wish we could be more like that as humans to each other.
Me too. Me too.
I think the world would be a better place for it. And I think, honestly, that is what LatFam is made of. Are people that have, either because of somebody or something that's happened in their past, have been beat up a little bit, either emotionally, mentally, physically, sometimes spiritually, whatever facet, but are now coming together in support of each other. And I think it's actually been working really well. I've seen a lot of people come a long way in a short amount of time, and it's very much fun to watch. Petunia, the dogs are awesome. Let's see. Yeah, Julie, that is kind of sad. I assume that story has a happy ending, though. They were able to get to the rescue and get the dog the help she needed. So
she got a good home. She was very spoiled.
So that story has a sad beginning, but it's okay because that story has a happy ending, and probably wouldn't have had it not been for you. So that ought to make you feel good even on bad days. It's that kind of thing. I don't know if you've been on Discord yet, but we actually do, like Samantha's saying there, we have a Discord channel dedicated to the pets of LatFam. Just pictures of everybody's pets.
I have not been on there yet, but I need to get on there.
Well, that's one of the things about the Discord. There's places for you to share your artwork. There's places for you to share pictures of your dogs, selfies, life stories, all kinds of things in there. And people are starting to do it, and it's actually... There's a lot of Discord channels that aren't that interesting to be a part of, and LatFam is not one of those channels. There's always something interesting, always something somebody's drawn or made or repurposed or done, and it's terrific because we're posting pictures of it to each other, and it's lady made I wish I could remember the name, repurposed some old wood and made like a set of bookshelves. It was gorgeous.
Oh, wow.
Looked like antique bookshelves. Yeah, and there's pictures of it in there. So it's terrific. Lots of rescued animals in the LatFam as well. Elise is saying that they've got a rescue pup and kitties. Samantha M's, our kitty came from a local animal shelter. Please post pictures of these if you can in the Discord channel, Samantha. Yeah, Zeus, Samantha, I don't know if you've seen pictures of Zeus on Twitter. Cutest little guy. I'm in love with him. Oh, wow. And Samantha rescued him. One of her friends rescued his brother. So there's a lot of... Cool. Dorenzo, Devin, has a rescue dog as well. Cass is a rescue. So we do really have a lot of rescues in LatFam. And I think that's another similarity of the kind of people that we're bringing together.
I have two right now that are 10 years old, and I had rescued her mother. Someone had dumped her at my store, and I took her in, and she was pregnant, and she had 10 pups, and we kept the two, and that was 10 years ago. We still have these two girls.
Okay, I'm going to real quick. Like I said, I have two. and I'm gonna bring Corin in as we play the other one. So we will be back in just a second. You'll be able to hear the video, but you'll be muted, so anything that you say won't go out over the live stream, and I'll let you know when we're coming back. Okay? And we'll be back with Corin and Chad. I got to let you guys know Bobby Benn can't be with us today because he's feeling a little bit under the weather. He feels like maybe he's at the end of it, but when we get done with this and y'all get on Twitter, shoot a note to or on Facebook. Shoot a note to Bobby Benn. Let him know that you're thinking about him. He's not feeling so hot. And we will be right back with Paranormal Chad and Corin Nemec.
What would you be able to suggest or recommend for another person who might be struggling with finding balance in life, to be able to connect up to this what I see as kind of being a Zen-like flow, you know?
You just have to find your spot.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's just going on your own and just sitting and thinking by yourself, whether it's praying, a hobby you enjoy, to find the balance for yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else. You have to take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, so that you can take care of your family and your friends and the people you love. So, I mean, just go meditate, do what you got to do to stay sane.
Yeah.
For your family and friends.
I love that.
And we're back with Jill Trapp, Corin Nemec, and Paranormal Chad. Corin, Chad, how you guys doing?
What's up, guys? Doing good.
Yeah. Doing very well. Beautiful day out today down here. And now, fortunately, which is always fun, me and him get to spend a little actual time together.
Yeah.
Finally.
It's always a great time.
All right. Well,
there's Jill, back and in the flesh.
Jill.
Before we go any further, we're going to have time to get refamiliarized. Before we go any further, one of the things that I've got to do is let you guys know Michelle Arwood's birthday is today. And Corin, you are not left out. You are not forgotten. The fans let me know day before yesterday that they were going to have a video for you too. So happy birthday to you, and we will be right back.
Please. Oh God.
To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Corin. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Corin. We are very grateful for you. We are very grateful for your brainchild that is the Love America Tour and our Lat Fam. We pray blessing and favor over you today and every day. And my birthday advice, get to the cake before Katso does. Happy birthday.
Hey Corin, I'm Leah. I just want to wish you a happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful birthday and an amazing year. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Corin. Hope you have a great day. Remember, it's your day. You can do whatever you want today. Don't let anybody tell you different. We thank you for everything you've done for the Lat Fam, bringing us all together. It's been great. So just want to tell you again, much gratitude. Have a great day. Have a great birthday. Enjoy the rest of your 40s. Love you. Bye.
Happy birthday, Corin. November birthdays rock.
Corin.
Oh
Thank you,
no.
buddy.
Who's this?
I just want you to know that millions have, are, and will continue to be inspired by you. When you were born, a name was bestowed upon you, and you've taken that name and you have forged a legacy that will last many, many years to come.
He looks familiar.
Now I just want you to know that I am blessed to call you friend, and even more honored to say that you're my brother. So you have a happy birthday. I want you to know, I love you, man.
Nice, thanks, brother.
Welcome.
Jonesy says happy birthday.
I thought that was Katso at first.
Hey there, Corin. Just wanted to tell you I have a wonderful, excellent, happy birthday. I hope you get to go out and do something fun because you deserve it. and just wanted to say that it was awesome getting to hang out and catch up with you over this past weekend, and you've always got a friend in me. Have a great birthday.
Ah, that's so sweet.
Much love.
So sweet, Rachel. That's so nice.
Corin, I just wanted to tell you, you've been such an inspiration in this crazy year.
The dog, yeah, the dog's all happy.
You've been such a good friend since I've known you. I want to say happy birthday. I know you deserve so much more than a video, but I'll give you a great big old hug when I see you, and you gotta be careful because Mom will probably try to give you birthday spankings.
Hi, you sweet cheeks. I just wanted to say happy birthday.
Hey, what's happening
and
there?
No, I will not spank you unless you ask.
That's so great.
Love you.
That's so great.
Bye.
Can't believe
Corin,
it.
it's Julie. I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do and for bringing so many of us together, and I wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Corin, when I turned 49 last year, I read in a book that in your 7th year, you are set free from any limitations holding you back. You're in your 7th year of your 7 years, and I know that 7 is your favorite number. A lot of really good things happened for me last year, and I hope the same for you. Happy birthday.
Corin, happy birthday. November 5th is Guy Fawkes Day in England, but I'm sure you know all about
true.
that.
It is.
As for Love America Tour, that was the seed and the
But
source
remember the 5th of
that
November.
created unity. The unity in the lap fam and the support and love that you see today was created from the thought that you had. So absorb that, because unity in itself is successful, and you created that success. Acknowledge it, absorb it. Have a wonderful birthday. Cheers. We love you.
Corin, sweet Bonnie. So, I don't know if you detected this, but I really like birthdays, and I'm super excited to tell you happy birthday because I think that you are an epic person. Everything that you've done has changed so many people and so many perceptions, and I am so grateful to you for everything. My experiences in the Love America Tour family have changed me so much, and I've found so much love, and it's really great. So I'm so thankful to you, and I hope that you get everything that you want.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, get that.
Have the best birthday ever. Okay, bye.
Maybe a card. Yeah. Hedgehog.
And
That was
we're
very
back.
kind. That was very, very kind. Thank you so much. That was very kind.
I gotta let you know, buddy, I had nothing to do with that. The fans did that all by themselves. The filming, the editing, the collection, the everything. I went in and picked it up this morning to put it in the live stream.
That was so sweet. That was really, really nice.
So happy birthday, and Elise, yeah, they're all agreeing that you have created an amazing thing. And to that end, Jill, Corin, Chad, been a while since you guys have met up with each other.
Yeah, it seems like a lifetime.
Happy birthday.
Thanks so much. I love the dog back there.
Yeah, that is a painting a friend of mine did of my boxer Charlie.
All right.
That's good. I like it.
As she does rescue.
Family portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been doing a kind of have a how to deal with change kind of a theme. There's different changes that are going on and such today. And the roundtable question for today is, what is your go-to method for dealing with change? And since this is Jill's first time hearing that question, I'm going to start with Chad, who's over on the left there, and we'll go Chad, Corin, and then Jill finish us off. Chad, what do you think? What's your go-to method for dealing with change? Yeah.
All right, my go-to method is to first just accept it. If it's changed, have to accept it. Now you have to adapt, and I like to say close the gaps. So you got to get to the other side of that change, whatever it is. You have to make that journey, and whatever that costs, whatever that entails, you have to do it, and you have to do it with a smile on your face.
It's good.
Yeah.
Corin?
For me, it's just, it depends on what is the change. As we all know, there's change that is, bears a lot of fruit, and then there's other change that is something that's more rough and everything like that. But so there's it's like creating it, or I think of out creating it. So it's like when things are getting really rough, I just think of it in terms of what am I going to do to outcreate this situation? What am I going to do to figure out, what is the best action to take? But and other times, sometimes you got to just white knuckle it and hold on until some time passes.
There's something to be said for that. Did you say out create?
Yes.
I did a whole monologue at the beginning of this live stream about dealing with change, and that particular way of looking at it, out creating it, never occurred to me. So I want to thank you for that, because I'm gonna. That's one of those things that gives me another way to look at the problem. Is something like that. Out create it. I like that. Jill?
That's awesome. Adapt, like you guys said. You gotta adapt to change, because it's always coming, and just keep moving forward. And like you said, white knuckle it, just to be patient and hang on for dear life.
That's how it feels sometimes.
You can see down there that your hats are drawing some design comments, fashion comments. They like it. They like the look.
I can turn mine around.
Oh, you probably ought not do that, buddy.
Backwards.
There we go. How about that?
He's ruining the vibe now. So we're actually coming up. We're a little bit early after the roundtable, mostly because Mose can't be here. Mose will be here on the 18th, and Bobby Benn, like I said, is feeling a bit under the weather. So that went quick. We actually
Bobby works so often. I would have been feeling under the weather like at least 3 or 4 times a week if I had to schedule.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't heard anything about Paranormal Chad in a while, so I kind of want to bring that back around. Are you still looking for ideas on the paranormal? And if so, what specifically kind of tips are you looking for?
Right now, I'm just focused on Blackwater Blues, as well as trying to get a DJ set up and going by the latest February. I have been thinking about it. It's still a go, but
and the amount of time it takes just to keep a roof over one's head.
Yes. Still a go. The plans are to tackle it, one thing at a time, because last time I exhausted myself, I ended up with strep throat. So
yeah, we don't want to do that again. I know there's not a lot of things that you can say about Blackwater Blues, but if you have anybody you want to shout out on the project, or any kind of teasers or anything like that you want to give out, and then I'll let you think about that for a second. But Chad, you never did mention, are you no longer taking tips for Paranormal, Chad?
Oh, I'm always taking tips, of course.
And you're looking for specifically, or not specifically, rather, ghosts and monsters, just anything that's weird and out of the ordinary?
Paranormal is literally outside of normal. So I'm looking for exactly that.
Okay,
yeah, we went with some of the meager technology that we did have. We had gone out and saw what could you really shoot at nighttime, with what we have, and it just didn't look presentable. So it's really about having a proper camera and actually some proper panel lights and stuff like that, which we do have some relationships developing down here that would afford the ability for him to go out and actually shoot something that would be worth showing people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't want to take you guys back to the grainy days of VHS.
Exactly.
Trying to shoot, in the dark with just some type of low light. But no, it's still a go. Believe me, if it weren't, I'd be the first to tell you. I'm pretty excited about it, obviously. I really am. Especially because I have my brother here, and he is totally going to go haunt with me. I guess they call it haunt.
Yeah, we'll figure out some haunting. Well, maybe we'll be the ones haunting.
We might, yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure that out.
We got the Davis house down here. There's a couple of cemeteries, not to mention Crossroads or just up the road. One of the most haunted places in America is just over to, our west, which is, New Orleans. So, I mean, there's plenty to do all within 2 hours. I mean, there's literally an entire 3 seasons just within an hour and a half.
That's awesome. That is terrific. I've got to turn
That's
that
exciting.
down on overpower.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing.
Okay, so you guys have got that going on. I want to give you guys the opportunity to shout anybody out in the Lat Fam or anybody really out that you'd like to. And if you have any questions for Jill, or if Jill has any questions for you, I don't know if you.
On the haunting subject, there is a hotel here in Arkansas called the Crescent. That's supposed to be haunted. I don't know if they let people film or do anything like that, but that would be an interesting spot.
Now we'll check it out.
That's not the one that's kind of abandoned in Hot Springs, is it, or is it somewhere else? Because there was
this one
talking to us about.
Yeah, this one is in Eureka Springs.
Oh, Eureka Springs. That's a cool
yeah, it's still operational as far as I know.
Is it the one at the top of the hill, the old Rockefeller one or whatever?
Oh yeah, that's so that one.
Yeah, that place is a very cool old hotel. Yeah, that's a wild
beautiful.
Place.
That's definitely Hot Springs is a place that I do plan on getting to.
When you see Eureka Springs, that's a whole
sorry.
game.
I said Hot Springs. I meant Eureka
Lake. It's beautiful up there. It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it is. Eureka Lake. Unfortunately, I don't have it right now.
I don't know if you guys got a chance to see. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the first part where we did the follow-up interview, but Hot Springs is where Jill is planning to move to. Why don't you tell them why you're planning to move there? It's awesome.
Well, we want to buy some acreage and have more space to rescue animals and just expand that.
Yeah,
that is a very worthy reason.
Yeah. We like being out in the woods and hiking and things like that, and there's a lot of things to do in that area, and we've talked about it for years, so we're trying to get it going.
There's definitely zip lining there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, what a beautiful place. I mean, it was just fantastic. It would have been great if there was a way we could have slowed that whole experience down to have taken place over maybe 4 months.
Yeah.
Just mind the chiggers.
That was fancy. Oh Lord, I don't even like.
They were in at the zip line too.
Zip line too. You're the only one.
I was the only one that got them.
Yeah, because you went dirt diving, so.
Dirt diving.
It happens sometimes in the South or anywhere else that has dirt, for that matter.
Yeah.
For those of you that have no idea what Corin and Chad and Jill are talking about, if you go to the YouTube channel and take a look at the live stream, there's a live stream playlist, but next to that there's playlists from Arkansas, playlists from Texas, playlists from Missouri, playlists from Louisiana, and you can see all of these interviews. And in one of them, I don't remember which, but it's in one of the Arkansas ones, the boys went zip lining and Chad tried to destroy his knee. So.
Yeah.
I mean, successfully.
You successfully destroyed your knee.
The whole trip.
Yeah, throughout the whole trip, it was the same knee. It was no bueno.
Okay.
Oh, it's Katso. Katso's mad I didn't mention Katso.
No, you did actually at the very beginning.
I think I said, maybe Katso wasn't on yet, because I did mention that because there was the cat that sort of looked like a tabby cat.
Jonesy.
Yeah,
that's Christina Shaw's cat.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
With a ridiculous sense of humor.
Ridiculous.
Only way to put it. I don't, what does anyone do with that?
Yeah, I just seen something from Sam. Okay, so it's one of the Arkansas ones, and Chad, I got to tell you, I know that I am always preaching positive and success and winning, but it's okay to fail. And when you are attempting to destroy your knee, Chad, this is the time you want to fail and learn from that experience.
Man, I really like to succeed, but I'm going to listen to you on this one, Husky. I think you're correct.
Now, what's it like to not have a knee that's destroyed?
I don't know. Somebody tell me.
I'm not sure. I have one that's a little iffy myself.
I think if I were to go jogging, they would ask me why I was walking so slow.
I'm going in a circle.
Jill, have you ever been on a zip line?
I have. In Missouri.
Did you destroy your knee?
No, I did not. I did really well. Thank God.
Nice.
That's good. Good, because it hurts.
Yeah, I guess next time the boys are in Arkansas and go ziplining, you're going to have to show Chad how to do it without hurting himself.
Show you how it's done.
Well, yeah. I'm willing to learn.
I'd like to do some whitewater rafting down the White River, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that'd be
that'd be fun.
That would probably be June when all the runoff is almost done.
Oh.
Yeah. I love whitewater rafting.
Have you guys been whitewater rafting before, I assume?
I am
old pros?
3 hours from being certified as a guide.
But that's just in a bathtub with an outboard motor.
Leave rubber ducky alone.
He's been practicing in the bathtub.
Okay, I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but I recognize the song Chad's singing.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, people want to go paranormal hunting with you already.
I think
wants to go paranormal hunting with you there.
I think what we'll do is we'll have guests.
Bonnie, Valentina, Christina, and Petunia there. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yeah, well, I think the best thing to do would be to have like guest spots whenever I actually do travel.
KZ's up in the house.
KZ, what's up, man?
I was still just picturing him doing his whitewater rafting training in his bathtub with that outboard motor and a paddle, but having whitewater rafting videos playing on a television screen on the counter.
Have you been playing?
Maybe.
You have this planned out, don't you?
Hey, ever since I got a Chad-sized bathtub, it's pretty much what I've been doing.
Quick question, Chad. You mentioned possibly doing guest spots. To bringing someone with you that's a guest along on some of these hunts. Remind me, please, because I would like to maybe talk to you about making that a giveaway or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what we'll do.
Using that as a giveaway.
Obviously, I wish I could get to everybody, but that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I think there was a comedian that I think it was either Ricky Gervais or one of them that said there's a lot of really good. No, it was Tom Segura. He says there's a lot of really good shows out there. I can't watch all of them. I don't have to. It doesn't mean they're any less good. It's just like you got a limited amount of chances to watch stuff, and so you got to pick and choose a little bit. But
exactly.
Some of the guys are asking whether or not you guys are aware that there is a Zoom after party and whether or not you'll be jumping in.
Well, I think we discussed it, but we have a lot of lines to go. I know he got it.
I have I just have a conversation with the director down here after the meeting, and then once that conversation's over, then I'm open for it. Someone just needs to send me the link or whatever. And then if I can get on while it's still going on, I'll jump on.
I have lines to go over for a couple different projects.
Well, he's doing some auditions for some voiceover work for some cartoons and stuff through Benn.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I've got a script too,
which I think is going to be hilarious.
This is how thick the script is. And I know it doesn't look like much, but that's 80 pages. And you guys got to understand that I don't do this on the same level as these other two yet. But they got to memorize those lines. They have to memorize the entire scene. So it's not just reading it out of a book. You got to memorize it, and that is a lot of work. So
if you're doing voiceover work, like for animation, you don't really have to memorize it because you actually have the pages right there in front of you.
Yeah,
but Blackwater Blues is not an animation.
It's a lot of fun, but it's definitely not as much work.
Husky under the bus. He was trying to figure out a way where he wouldn't even have to read it, where he could just improv it. He was trying to come up with an excuse where he could just improv the whole thing, and you just...
All he has to do is just read it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is for a voiceover too, and that's kind of my point, is that I can just read this, but the Blackwater Blues is not animation, and so you actually have to know all the scenes, all the marks, where are your eyes going to go on the next sentence or the third sentence from here, and it's a lot of work and rehearsal. So if they can't make it, that's why. It's not because they don't like us.
House. It was nice of him to pop in and say hello.
Big Ben.
Got an Elise M in there. What's up, Elise?
Joe
Williamson. It's good to see you, buddy. Oh, and I also owe a family recipe for the recipe book, which I kept meaning to say for my mom's clam. Well, my grandmother's clam dip, which goes back further in her family. But yeah, I know clam dip doesn't sound that delicious, but this particular clam dip is.
Okay. And you haven't gotten that to him yet?
On to the next
one. That's all I got for you.
Why haven't you gotten that to him yet?
I just have been brain farting on sending it over. I've been absolutely slammed. I haven't even been able to even get online lately, but even to check in hardly, because things have been absolute beyond the hurricane which happened, which that was fun.
I think you were creating a show.
But yeah, beyond that, every day has felt like a hurricane for me. It's been absolutely crazy to keep everything on the right track and everything moving forward and all of the right people coming. It's just been exhausting. If I didn't go from one exhausting adventure into another, and then I'll probably be rolling back into one more exhausting one after this.
That exhausted laugh.
I've still got
sleep nowadays.
Show about, let's all do a show about a long vacation.
That's doable. Isn't that Ferris Bueller's Day Off or something?
I don't know, but I'm willing to try.
Well, we were talking about the YouTube channel. We talked about some of the other videos that are on there, outside of the Love America Tour stuff, and specifically, it was actually somebody in chat. I want to say it was Elise, but I'm not entirely sure on this. Brought up your Jerusalem trip, your Holy Lands series.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's fine.
So we're trying to get. I don't know if you've had a chance to. You're a technosaur. You have no idea. We have gone from, since the live stream started, about 2,400 out of 4,000 needed public watch hours to monetize to, as of earlier today, you are at 3,572.
Okay.
So if folks go and look around at the YouTube and see some of the other stuff, because you did a series with David Festino on there, I think, and there's a lot of videos.
No, that's not on there. They pulled that from YouTube, so that's fine. It's not the right time for anybody to watch that anyway. I think we've passed that. There's a point of no return on that kind of humor.
Well, the Holy Lands were cool.
Yeah, let's stick with that. And I will need to try and find some stuff to fill in the gaps. But I'll probably be removing some of the audition videos as well. So enjoy those while they last.
Yeah, better hurry up. I did tell him that there was some kind of behind the scenes stuff of you on your channel, and there's a lot of stuff on your channel. It's a pretty cool channel.
There's just weird stuff that I've found that I always just put on there just for keepsake, just so that they kind of like have a life. Old stuff that I found. I used to have some old commercials that I had found like the old Coke commercial with Paul Walker from that I did back when I was like 14 or 15 or whatever, 14 I think, yeah. And it, you know, stuff like that. Some of the stuff disappears and you got to go find it again and then put it back up because it gets deleted or removed or some other thing, you know. So yeah. But yeah, the Jerusalem trip is a blast. I mean, you know, I wish I could have shot a lot more there. I was literally just on my phone without nearly as much, you know, some of the equipment we were able to get for Love America. I had none of that. So, but anyway, I was just doing it for fun, and I thought it was cool to share. And but I realized, you know, that would be, you know, doing any kind of travel show is actually a lot of fun, especially if it's really well produced and you know, and is not so rushed, not so, you know, fly by the seat of your pants and chaotic, but which was fun but crazy, and I think we still both take naps from it.
I think so. Yes. At least
Will.
35 minutes a day.
I'm trying to catch up.
I call it the lat siesta.
Yeah, to try and catch up.
The lat siesta.
We lost during that month.
Gonna be a new hashtag, folks. Lat siesta.
I'll put it to you this way: I'm still exhausted.
Well, now, one of you has an excuse for taking daily naps, being, you know, the whole birthday and, you know, approaching the big 5-0 and all that kind of thing. I mean, you got to take care of our elders. I say that, and he's like my elder by 2 years.
It happens.
Yeah, lat siesta. I like that.
What was the point?
No, but seriously, if you're interested at all in the Near East, Corin goes around to a couple of different places, and he is himself. So you get his particular brand of humor, which I enjoyed watching. And then he's actually at these places, and he shows you these places and tells you what they're about and what he's doing.
Yeah,
and so
we got some cool access. We got some access to some places that they don't ever show anybody. They don't let you go into and stuff like that. And so there are cool. Yeah, there are cool a couple of cool moments throughout there where you know, you will get a little eye, you know, a little peek through the keyhole on some places underneath the city, especially that you will never see, probably even on most of the shows and archaeology shows that they do. Even some of those you probably won't even see at least one of these places that's in there.
Awesome. So definitely, guys, go check out the YouTube channel. There's a bunch of absolutely cool stuff on there. Paranormal Chad also is starting to kick out some. What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Chad Kimsey Official. I can double check that though.
Yeah, Chad Kimsey Official. Guys, he's been releasing some sounds, some music, some tracks. I'm not sure what they're called, but definitely want to give that.
Yeah, right. Samples,
tracks. Samples, tracks.
Okay,
really
so
cool
it's,
stuff.
Chad Kimsey, one word, _ official.
Chad Kimsey, one word, _ official.
In fact, to bless you from Katso in there somewhere.
It's all his fault.
I just sneezed.
Okay, so I just put Chad Kimsey Official in the chat. That's how to find him on Instagram. He's got some cool stuff coming out too, music-wise, and I believe you're actually launching in that direction a bit further. If I've heard some things that you're actually kicking it up.
Yes, Benn.
DJ for the dead. That could be your
DJ
thing.
I'm thinking
he goes into haunted places and
that's how
for the
you know, that's how that's actually the true story behind Crossroads guy, what's his name, Johnson. That's how he learned how to play.
Oh, Robert Johnson.
Yeah, Robert Johnson. He went out to the cemetery with an old timer, and you can't really screw up.
Yep.
In front of dead people.
Right.
So
makes sense.
Yeah. You don't have to hold anything back, and so that's where he also got the. It sounded like he was always playing two guitars at the same time. It's so weird, and that's kind of he started that whole thing. So, and that was in the cemetery.
If you're ever scared of the devil, remember he lost a golden fiddle to a hillbilly in Georgia.
Yes, there you go.
So always keep that in mind. Jill, you've been
That's so
awfully
funny.
quiet over there. Is there anybody that you'd like to shout out? Like, what's the name of the rescue or the transporters or any of those folks that might be watching
Yeah,
this later?
definitely.
Because they are true heroes, especially considering the population of LatFam that are rescue dog owners and
big time.
You know, yeah, we love this stuff.
Yeah, one of the transports is just a girl moving dogs, and that's all she does. And of course, our local Blytheville Humane Society have all helped me get this together. So, yeah, thank you guys.
That's great. That's great.
I got to tell you, that is a thankless line of work. Often,
Yes.
It's often volunteer work. It's often messy and hard, labor-wise. But
yeah, we were out there in the middle of the
these
night.
are some heroes.
Yeah, we were out there in the middle of the night catching these dogs in our pajamas with flashlights, and yeah, a lot of fun. But
Well,
I'm thankful for those people.
On behalf of all of the Lat family dogs, we appreciate you guys taking care of their extended family members too. I mean,
There we
these
go.
cousins
She's
and
back.
stuff out there. So
Maybe we were frozen.
I think we were frozen.
if you were, the live stream didn't see it.
What?
It was on your end only. You guys have been coming through just fine on the
Oh,
stream.
perfect. Oh, yeah, you guys froze up, and we were just looking at each other like, I don't know what's going on here, but we're back now.
Well, we're glad that you're back.
Thank you.
So now they're remembering the LatFam calendar pet thing. Have you heard about this, Jill?
No, I haven't.
There was an idea, again, Renee, the same lady that came up with the idea for the cookbook, and nobody's really grabbed it and run with it yet, but yeah, there's an idea out there for a LatFam calendar, or a LatFam pets calendar, pets of the
It's
LatFam,
hilarious.
so that...
That's an
It'll just be-
excellent idea.
It'll be 12 months of catso.
I'm gonna draw eyebrows on my dog for it. So.
we finally got Katso a job.
Oh, look at that.
Posing for a calendar.
So
Yeah.
you can never say that Corky Nemec never did anything
That's
for
right.
you.
That's right.
That's terrific. I absolutely
I love that,
love
though.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I like the calendar idea for sure.
Yeah,
some of the stuff
that's a great
that,
idea.
And you know what's amazing is that somebody in the LatFam came up with the idea, but didn't feel comfortable heading it up. So somebody else in the LatFam said, "Well, I can head it up," and this is all fan driven.
Yeah.
All of it. The calendars, these birthday videos, the Discord channel right now is mostly fan driven. The cookbook, yeah, all of it, and it all started.
I think man, I don't know if it was this or something else. Logos for T-shirts. Is somebody designing a logo for a T? Did I catch that in one of our live streams?
Catch what now?
Logos for T-shirts. Are people designing that?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
those logos
I
are
heard
happening. Yep. That's one of the announcements that I didn't do because I skipped it. Fundraising engine is under construction. Okay, and what I mean by that is there are going to be some really cool things that you can get. There's going to be some giveaways. There's going to be some contests. We're actually going to have some Patreon tiers. We'll be able to do the live stream donations. You'll be able to donate through the Discord channel, the LatFam Clubhouse, and this money goes to. I wrote down what this money went to. Where did I put it? All right, let me go back a couple of pages.
I hope you didn't do that with the money.
No, I don't. I don't handle the money. The money goes straight to Love America Tour. But yeah, it's used for giveaways and promotions. So we'll be using any funds that start coming in once I get this built all the way to go towards operating costs like subscriptions, licenses, transcoding hours, that kind of thing. The vast majority of it will be going towards giveaways, promotions, things for the LatFam to do, the stickers for the street team, and all of that kind of thing that's going on too. So that is
Benjamin
getting built.
I was going to say, Benjamin Easterday just post where you can send all your ideas.
Yes, bring me 11 America Tour. Yeah.
Absolutely. Streaming at Love
Yeah,
America
I washed my hands of having to deal with any of the finances after that. Was whew, that was too much.
I specifically said
nothing to do with it.
I specifically said I don't want access to any money.
I know.
Unless somebody writes me a check, I know it's not mine.
Samantha Sheldon. Okay, I don't know what Zeus means. Oh yeah,
Zeus,
dog.
that's the dog that she got.
Ben's dog. Ben's old dog.
Awesome. All right. Well,
anyway, I'm getting distracted by the feed down there. Come on.
I was reading it earlier. I was like, I caught myself squinting. I was like, no.
Well, the reason that that's down there is because the guys, the folks that watch this wanted that. That's one of the things that they said they liked about the 3 Alarm Comics streams you guys were doing, is that you guys could see the chat, read the chat, respond directly to the chat, and it felt more personal.
No, it's great. I know it's the only reason why it's there is so that Katso can harass me while I'm doing these things.
And I'm sure Katso loves that to death.
Why it's there.
I'm sure Katso loves that to death.
I wonder.
You know that.
I wonder how many people still think you're Katso.
It's impossible because I'm sitting right here. I can't chat at myself and make. Plus, I don't have time in the day to put together those. I don't even know what you call them.
I guess they're gifts or something.
That's the best argument he has for not being Katso. The man is a technological dinosaur.
All I heard was dinosaur.
I said that is the best proof ever that Corin is not Katso, because that man is a technological dinosaur, and he doesn't even know what they're called, much less how to make them. And Katso's very good at it.
I think in linear terms, and the kind of the slicing and dicing of dealing with all these apps and this and that and the other thing. It just, I'm more of just. It's kind of like longboarding versus shortboarding. When you're surfing,
it's like roller skates versus rollerblades, man.
That one I know. I've never been surfing, but I've definitely done both roller skates and rollerblades.
Longboarding is when you're just cruising. You're on like an 11-foot board or so, and you're just kind of cruising along, maybe walking up and down the board, just chilling. And then the shortboard is when you're cutting and carving and going up and down and whatever. It's
interesting.
The chat just blew by this, but Lou, who is our guest on the 18th, we won't be here on Veterans Day next week. We're taking a week off. I'll be in the woods, but Lou will be joining us the week following that, 18th, from Camp Journeys End, and he just said that, yep, I'm here. I survived Zeta, so he's okay.
Yeah,
too.
their sign got all blown apart. So I'm really bummed about that. We need to figure something out. I loved their sign.
Lou was intelligent. He drove into the woods somewhere, and I didn't see him for like a week.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, Lou's.
You just didn't see the road he drove down came out on the main highway a few miles down.
Why does everybody always gotta make fun of my blonde?
All right, guys, it is 8:25, and so we've got about 5 minutes left before we have to call the show. I lit the cigarette at 8 o'clock, but I didn't get a chance to tell you guys it was 8 o'clock.
Is that like Carson? No, that was like who had the show where they lit the cigarette? It was time for something. Was that
no idea.
Where the bands played, the Ed Sullivan show? I don't know.
Possibly. They were all smoking on talk shows back then.
Mm-hmm. Ben Easterday's got an idea there. Would you be up for that?
I missed it.
He said maybe you could graph up a new sign.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but their old sign was just so perfect.
Okay.
What was that conversation about change? It's time to change the sign.
Yes, of course. It's true.
Time to change the sign.
We can talk about that.
We do have to get it broken, though. That would be good.
Yeah, I know.
Really core,
There's a number of people in chat thanking vets, it being Veterans Day, and to them, I would like to respond, thank you for being a human worth fighting for.
Honor to serve.
Absolutely. So we definitely make sure that you spend some time. If there's veterans in your family, just, you know what, you don't have to thank them for their service. A lot of us, that used to make me feel awkward until I knew how to do it. But spend some time with them. They don't like you because they were in the Army. They like you because you're family, your friends. Go spend some time with them on that day. Be with them. Go do something fun. And Rachel Cooper says, Husky, can you please remind the chat to DM me or Samantha Sheldon if they need the link to the Zoom after party. There's always a Zoom after party after the live streams. They also do one on Saturday. Sometimes the producers pop in. I generally pop in. They're close to the beginning, but then jump out quick. But like I said, we've got 4 or 5 minutes left. If anybody has any last minute shout outs to anybody, veterans, anything coming up, the birthdays, fans, each other.
Well, I just say, you know, let's just keep doing what it is that's happening here organically, and everybody just keep treating each other with respect and admiration, and get to know one another on a more kind of personal and genuine level as we go into the rest of this year with all the wild things that are unfolding before our eyes, and just make sure that we just stay positive and not let any any of the other stuff get in the way of what we got going on.
Amen.
Hold on, don't read
that's
the
actually.
Had today already. I can't. Husky's head's in the way.
That's okay. Oh no! The flea. I knew that
shampoo.
I knew fleas were going to be involved in this one way or the other.
I'm going to shout out to everybody and say thank you. I remain very humbled, and this has been it's just surreal from the beginning. I just have to like ask him to pinch me, but he slaps me.
I gotta agree with that, man.
Reaction.
It has been. It has been surreal.
Yeah. No, thank you, everyone, and love you guys.
Yeah, and thank you again, Jill. But say again the foundation and all of that, so everybody can hear one last time here.
The foundation is Just a Girl Moving Dogs. They have a Facebook page, and the Blytheville, Arkansas Humane Society.
A Girl Moving Dogs, and
Just a Girl Moving Dogs.
Facebook. That's the primary place to find it.
Yeah, share that, man. Share it. It's important to take care of the animals because they can't take care of themselves. In some ways.
Something like that. I mean, you're going to tell that to some.
I'm not going to tell that to a bear.
To a Siberian tiger living out in the
no
jungles. You're going to tell him that
no, because I would.
Somehow.
You know what? No.
We have to be their voice. Put it that way.
No, I'm being
I
framed.
agree with that.
I'm being set up.
What?
Katso said I'm Katso.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm being framed. I can't be Katso. I'm not typing. When I type, it doesn't come up Katso Nemec. When I type,
Katso.
It
Husky
doesn't.
probably is. I think I spotted a sombrero and a furry necklace when we were in Missouri at his house.
I think so too.
I think so. Hey, did I leave my Like a Boss belt at your house, Husky?
You mentioned that once before, and I haven't been downstairs to look at it. However, tomorrow I am downstairs getting all of my stuff packed, and I will be going through everything in the basement, which is the only place I haven't looked. So if it's here, I'll know it tomorrow.
Awesome.
All right. And Jill, you shouted out some folks too. I don't know if you can see this. Rachel Cooper says that she's going to hook you up with a friend of hers in Maryland that does transport also.
Oh, thank you, Rachel.
Christina wants to... Oh, go ahead.
The more connections we have, the better.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is true. That is true.
Networking is important.
The other thing was Christina Shaw wanted to give a happy birthday wish to all of the Scorpios, and everybody's asking, did we make the 1,000 in the chat? I won't know until tomorrow. Sorry. We have to end the chat. Yeah, we have to end the chat, and then tomorrow morning I'll have it, and I will put a tweet out in the morning with the count as soon as it comes out. Sometimes it takes me a minute. In the meantime, guys, we all know that a lot of stuff's changing, and it's really stressful this week with the election and everything. Take some time. Take a breath. The votes are cast. The die have been rolled. Whatever's going to be will be, regardless of whether you're panicky and internal just struggling, or if you're at peace with it. The results are still going to end up being the same. We're still probably days away from it. Go on a hike, pet your dog, go out, just decompress.
Exactly. Go do something nice for somebody else.
Turn off the news.
Absolutely. It's going to be okay. Regardless of who wins, the Earth is going to continue to rotate. We're going to continue to go around the sun. We're going to continue to live. We're going to continue to grow the Lat Fam. We're going to continue to make quality entertainment. And we're just going to continue doing us.
We'll be doing it from a survival cabin deep in the wilderness. Yeah. Well armed.
Some kind of
who cares where we do it from?
Underground, you know.
But yeah. All right, guys, this has been episode 21 of the Love America Tour Love Stream. Appreciate you guys coming out.
Love you guys.
All of our guests, Jill Trapp from Arkansas, and Corin, Nemec, and Paranormal Chad, formerly of Houston, now of, I guess, Camp Journey's End, Mississippi, for at least the foreseeable future, as Blackwater Blues becomes a thing. So, and again, we will not see you next week, but we will see you the week after. And Lou Blomberg from the same Camp Journey's End will be our guest.
All right, Lou.
Hey, we just, look, 1,000 messages. There it is. I've received 1,000 messages today with Restream Chat. Congratulations, guys. We did it. 1,000 chats. Y'all did it. So
if I had some sparklers, I'd set them off right now.
We had bottle rockets, just not here.
All right,
I wanted
guys.
to shoot off during the hurricane. I wanted to shoot off a couple of bottle rockets, but no one was with me on it.
We're like, it's too windy. Something will catch on fire. And we just looked at each other.
I was like, it's pouring down rain.
Pouring down rain.
Yes, Sam. Everybody that's saying it, we did get to 1,000. It puts out a message at 1,000. It says you got 1,000 chat messages. So broke that glass ceiling. Way to go. Episode 21.
Right, yeah, good game, guys.
Blackjack. Gotta love it.
You said blackjack.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the 18th.
All right, God bless you. See you all.
Bye.
Well, that's much more gooder.